गुड मॉर्निंग मेरे बच्चों। आज डायरेक्टर ऑफ एजुकेशन के द्वारा जारी की गई साइंस की वर्कशीट हम देखेंगे। आज की वर्कशीट एसिड बेस एंड सॉल्ट पर ली गई है। इस न्यूट्रलाइजेशन रिएक्शंस और पीएच स्केल्स के बारे में चर्चा की गई। व्हाट इज द न्यूट्रलाइजेशन रिएक्शन, इस पर इसकी डेफिनेशन देखते हैं। न्यूट्रलाइजेशन रिएक्शंस, the reactions between an acid and the base to give salt and water is known as a neutralization reaction. And the like as base NaOH and the cells with acid, when combined together they form the salt NaCl, sodium chloride, and the water H2O. That means the acid will generate the hydroniums or the hydrogens as on the reactions with the waters, and all the bases generate the hydroxide ions in the waters. The base which are solubles in the waters is called alkalis. All the bases are not alkalis, but all alkalis are the base, because those bases which are solubles in waters are called alkali. Hence the way when you summarize the neutralization reactions like this: acid and base, when combined together they form salt and water, in which the hydrogen of the acid combined with the hydroxide of the base and form the water, whereas the metal portion of the base combined with the non-metallic uh, component of the acids. Then there are the discussion about the pH scales. What is the pH scales? pH scales, that means the strength of the acids and base is depend upon the number of the hydrogen ions and the OH ions produced. And acids that gives more hydrogen ions are called a strong acid. That means the strength of the acids and the base is depend upon the number of hydrogen ions and the hydroxide ions. That means acid generate the hydrogen ions and uh, base generate the hydroxide ions in the water. And the acid that gives the more hydrogen ions are said to be a strong acid, and acid which can gives the less hydrogen ions are said to be weak acids. In same cases are also, that means those bases which produce the large amount of the large amount of hydroxide ions that gives the strong base, and those which gives the less more hydroxide ions, strong bases, less hydroxide ions, weak bases. Like as the and since we know about the hydrogens are present on the all solutions, so that we take the concentration of the hydrogen ions in a solution to measure the strength, and such skills is developed which is called as the pH skills. The pH stands for power of hydrogen ions. This is the potential of hydrogens. The hydrogens play an important role in knowing the acidity and basics of solutions. The pH of a neutral solution is 7, and when the pH value is less than 7 on the scales, pH scales, it represents the acidic solutions. When the pH value increases from 7 to 14, it represents an increase in the OH ions concentration, which represent the basic solution, and when this increases, that increase in the strength of the alkali. Like as sodium hydroxide is the strong base, and also alkalis have the pH value 14, whereas the gastric juice, which is made of HCl's, have the 1s and 2 the pH values, that means the strong acid. Waters, which are the 7s, pure waters 7s, that means the neutrals. After we have going to the what is the difference between a strong acid and the strong base. The strong acids which are ionized completely in the aqueous, that means they give the large concentration, higher concentration of the hydrogen ions like HCl, hydrochloric acid, H2SO4, sulfuric acid, SNO3, nitric acid. Whereas the weak acids which are ionized partially or dissociate incompletely, releasing of the sum of the hydrogen ions, that means they have lesser concentration of hydrogen ions, and like acetic acid and the carbonic acid. In case of the strong base, which are same like as a strong acid, they are completely ionized in the solutions and give the higher concentration of the OH ions, hydroxide ions, like a sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide. Whereas when going to the weak base, what is the property of the weak base? The weak base is the ionized partially and dissociating completely to releasing some of the hydroxide ions, that means lesser concentration of the hydroxide as compared to strong base, like as ammonium hydroxide. And after that we are going to the practice some of the questions. First, there are two solutions A and B with pH values. A is 6 and pH value of the solution B is 8. Which of these have the higher hydrogen ion concentration? On the basis of their pH values, we find out the hydrogen ion concentrations with the formula, which is a pH equal to minus negative of the log pH equal to negative log 10 that means when the value is the 6 means they going to be hydrogen concentration log 10 H plus is changed, and the H plus equal to 10 minus pH. By these formulas we can no doubt we find out the concentration of hydrogens through the conducting the calculating this. After that, we carry out these solutions like a solution A and solution B have the pH value 6 and 8, and the formulas which is the H plus hydrogen concentration equal to 10 minus pH. When the 6 then equal to 10 minus 10 per power minus 6 mole per liter. Mole per liter is also represent the molarity, and when the pH value 8 and 10 minus 8 mole per liter. In this case, the solution A has the higher concentration of ions as compared to solution B because of the pH value of the hydrogen. Solution A is the 6, whereas the solution B is the 8. And second questions, this is the in the above questions, which of the two solution A and B acidic and which one is the basic? The pH of the A is A 6, so it is the acidic, where because of less than 7, whereas the solution B has pH value 8 and basic because less greater than 7. And third questions, fresh milk has the pH 6. How do you think the pH will change as it turns into curd? For this answers, the pH value of the milk is 6 since it is acidic in nature because less than 7. And when the milk is converted into curd due to the action of bacteria, lactobacillus, and which changes the lactic acid it forms, which is more acidic in nature. But the pH of lactic acid 3.5. Therefore, the pH value of the milk is reduced as it turns into curd. That means lower the pH values when it converted into curd. Right? Again, fourth questions. Write the name of two strong acid and two strong base. A strong acid HCl, hydrochloric acid H2SO4, sulfuric acid HNO3, nitric acid. A strong bases sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, barium hydroxide. Again, the question is the pure water has pH 7. Fifth question, what would be its nature? In the nature, when the pH is the 7, that means 7 represent the neutral solution. The pure water is a neutral solution. Again, it is the questions we have taken for the better understanding of the molarities and the concentration of the hydrogen ions. This question is the pH of a solutions of the HCl is 4. This show that the molarity of a solution is where A 4 0.4 amps or 0.001 amps, whereas 0.001. Then we have discussed about the pH for the negative logarithms of the hydrogen ions, which is the tenth of the values, and after that we have find out the 4 minus logs 10, and they going to 10 minus 4, and hydrogen ion concentration is 0.001. As the molarity of the solutions will be equal to the concentration of the 1 into hydrogens and concentration, because there is only one hydrogens and one chloride ions when the HCl's present in the solution. So the answer is the, and the for the clarifications we note what is the molarity. Molarity defined as the number of the moles of a solute per liter of solution. M n upon V unit is equal to unit of the molarity is the mole per liter. Mole per liter. थैंक्स. आशा करता हूँ कि ये वीडियो आपको पसंद आई होगी. जरूर शेयर कीजिए.